You know what? Doing a speed run. Changing the background. I don't know why that matters, but I did it.
Because you like wasting time.
Shut up. 100% speed run or just speed run?
Just speed run.
Of course, you know, I really don't know how to play this game other than 100%, so...
As I say, yeah. So your best time for 100% is?
An hour
An
5,
hour and
yeah.
5? Oh yeah, then 100%. Go.
Alrighty. So if I don't talk very much during this, there's reasons. So you're gonna have to be funny for me.
That's not possible. We all know I can't be funny.
You said it, not me.
Go! Go!
Can't go any faster in this first stage because you don't have the boots.
You keep getting hit and knocked back. That seems counterproductive to your speed mission to me.
Alright, now listen here, sassy pants. A few hits here and there sometimes might be by design.
Oh,
Those
really?
weren't, but shut up. Seriously wish you could dash in this first stage. The only game in the series where you can't dash in the first stage. Because they're like, oh, you just don't know how to do that yet. But then you get the special upgrade. And then they're like, oh, hey, you know that upgrade you got in the first game? We're just going to make that standard. Come on. Okay. So now this would be an official attempt at a speedrun if I had X-Splits up and running. Because then I could actually like time the various sections of the game. I don't think I have X-Splits anymore though, because I don't speedrun. Text? I don't want to read your stinking text. We have Girl Mega Man. I mean Zero. Something that would have put me into a fit when I was younger, but now I just don't.
I believe I said that several times to you, actually.
Yeah. The sign of true maturity is accepting the fact that Zero looks like a girl. I mean, come on, these were 90s games. Brooding characters with long hair were the shit. And then he just kind of never grew out of that. Until he became an absolute pansy in X4. I'll tell you what you're fighting for, Zero. A better voice actor. I am so bitter about X4's voice acting. X4's voice acting, X7's existence. Axel in general. I mean, I think one of the key reasons that X7 doesn't sit well with me is it doesn't even let you play as X unless you unlock him.
It's a little weird. I mean, I'll give you that. That's a little weird.
I mean, X goes off like a broody teenager. A whiny broody teenager. Like, I don't want to fight anymore. And the voice I just did was better than the voice acting in that game.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You've officially put forth more emotion in that entire game. I wish I was kidding. So yes, when I eventually bite the bullet and play X7 on the Wednesday night, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be real rough.
I'm gonna turn the sound up. I'm gonna record it, play it back for you.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm just messing with you.
I don't personally see the purpose, but okay. You really want to get under my skin, find a techno remix of Zero's "What Am I Fighting For?" The fact that Zero's later voice actor from Command Mission and 8 eventually redid that scene and it is gloriously better. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube. I forget the guy's name, but he was Zero's voice actor from Command Mission and X8. And he redid the infamous scene where Iris dies in X4. And it's so much better. Like if he did it, nobody would hate X4. I mean, I'm 100% serious on this. Even with X still sounding like Child Mega Man played like a girl. Because he was in that game.
Monster kill.
Okay, that was well timed, Majinx. Literally shot the last shot at Chill Penguin and Majinx did the monster kill sound.
Nice. Yeah, I can't hear the stream audio, so I'm missing all the sound effects.
Excuse me. But I have played this game so much. I know where everything's at. I know all the techniques, the tricks, everything. I also know that the iOS upgrade is not an upgrade at all. Like the re-release they did on iOS with like the traced graphics to look smoother and touchscreen controls, it's abysmal.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty awful.
I think when I played it, I didn't pay for it. But as a Mega Man fan, I paid for it. With my heart. A piece of me died that day. Anyway. I will say, though, those rapid-fire button press skills I had to develop with you, with playing against you in Mario Party, have come in handy for games like this. No
Preparing
joke.
you with necessary skills for later in life. That's all I was doing.
No joke. We used to play Mario Party as kids, and full disclosure, Steve's a hyperactive guy.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
And so he was, like, impossible to beat at the button-firing or button-pressing games in Mario Party. So I got better. To the point where I could beat him pretty consistently.
Yeah, you picked up some skills.
Yeah, I drank a whole Gatorade and catch my breath for an hour afterwards, but I did it.
So, have you done either of the, like the jump rope or the volleyball thing in Odyssey, the 100 times one?
I did the jump rope 100 times on stream and personal file. I did the volleyball one off stream in my personal file. Have not done that on stream yet.
I just earlier today did the jump rope one, and I'm attempting the volleyball one. This takes frickin' forever.
Yeah, it does. I used the trick of switching into two-player mode and using Cappy. just move Mario off of the playfield and use Cappy, because he's faster and more accurate.
Oh. That is smart.
And I eventually got a rhythm going to where I was like, let's just see how long I can do this. 500 points later, I decided I actually have to do things today. That was the reason
I'm trying to see how much I can score.
That was the reason I stopped, was it took so damn long, and I still had things I needed to do. Don't you spit your kids at me. And yes, that sounds just as gratuitous.
That sounds really gross.
Yeah.
I have all of the coins and all of the stars up through the Metro Kingdom. The last, or moon, sorry, not stars. The last moon that I need on the Seaside Kingdom is the 100 volleyball. And then I have the Seaside Kingdom perfected. So I'm getting close to a perfect completion on my personal file. Oh, I hate this boss. This guy, he's like... Doesn't he shoot tornadoes at you, too?
Yep.
Oh, yep, there they are. Yep. What a jerk.
I've never had any trouble with him. Okay, that's not true. When I first started playing this game, I had trouble with him because he'd push me off the edge. But once I figured out that you dash through that, I even got down to the point where I could time his dive bomb so I could shoot him in the process.
Yeah, I mean, that killed two birds with one stone.
Puns. Anyway.
Mega Man doesn't use stones.
True roll-ups had tips and tricks from Mario Party in the 90s. Yeah, I know you can cut off Launch Octopus's arms. Majinx is posting fruit roll-ups used to have tips and tricks from Mario Party. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
One of those tricks was when playing against Steve, take crack.
Gosh, the ones that really got me were the dang controller stick rotating ones from the original Mario Party that they never put back in. You
and everyone else.
I got to the point, there were several times, because I used to go over to Brian's house, and we would have we'd have sleepovers, and I would, we'd play that game, like the 50-turn game, like 2 or 3 times a night, and we would just stay up all night playing. But I would get to the point, he had the glove. He had actually, because they sent out that glove after people complained about the game. But I did not. So I would put my a sweatshirt over my hand. But got to the point where I actually ripped skin off my hand and then friction burned the skin underneath. I hated that.
And if they had just designed that control stick slightly differently, that would not have been a problem.
Yeah. Well, it was the first joystick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, on a console. No, I guess, okay. Let me rephrase. Yeah. It was not actually the first joystick on a console, but the first,
the first analog stick.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Which is crazy to think about. Nintendo did it first.
Well, they've always been fond of trying new control schemes. I mean, people did start to pick up the motion stuff, and then they all just kind of abandoned it.
And yet it's still in every single new controller. Oh, except for Xbox One. But, that's because Microsoft...
Yeah, but developers don't use it.
Yeah. It's still part of the DualShock 4, but you're right, nobody uses it except for PlayStation proprietary stuff.
Yeah.
I think the only game I've got that still uses motion controls is, oh, what is it? That Papercraft game.
The one you just reviewed?
No. Why can't I remember this? Vanessa just played it last week. I can't focus on this right now. I'm fighting mammoth.
You can cut off his trunk, don't forget, according to Majinx. I don't know if I've ever seen you cut off his trunk.
It's not worth doing.
It's not?
No. You can do it with a boomerang cutter. once you have it.
Oh, okay.
It's the same with Launch Octopus's tentacles. It just prevents him from doing the oil move, like with Launch Octopus. It prevents him from shooting the fish. But
Gotcha.
I mean, the Storm Tornado takes him out fast enough. It's really just not worth doing.
Fair enough.
Next is there. This is a very casual speed run. Because if it was a properly organized speed run, I'd know which one to do next. Wouldn't have to sit there and think of who's the best one to approach next. But yeah, Spark Mandrill's not too shabby. Also, fun
Blow 'em
fact,
up!
the pink shot, you can actually hit things with that shockwave and it does just as much damage as the actual shot.
Oh, that's cool.
In fact, there are some enemies that, if you're close enough, not only will the shot itself do damage, but so will the shockwave, and it takes them out that much faster.
Oh, nice.
Or you can just completely waste the shot like I just did. This guy's a lot easier when you beat Storm Eagle first, because he can't actually use electric attacks. And I died.
Ah. You died?
Yes, because I was not paying attention to his motions.
You died. Oh, yep, there you go.
Yeah, I was trying to brute force the damn thing.
Marcus.
So much for your speed run.
I got this. I'll make up time other ways.
You can do it.
All night long.
I didn't say it. You were the one who said it. Let the record show that I restrained myself.
From quoting the water boy. Whoop-de-doo!
It's difficult, okay?
Restraining yourself from quoting an Adam Sandler movie. It really is a reflex of our generation.
Yeah.
Especially with Waterboy.
Hoopla! Hoopla!
There we go.
Hoopla! Hoopla!
Got him. It got dark again. Nope. Go. Stop. Go away. Okay. Take out the turtle dude because he's obnoxious. There we go. Hard to get Heart Tank. Yeah, like these turtle guys, if you launch the pink shot right in their face, the shockwave damages them enough to actually take them out in one shot.
Oh, nice.
Ah, I forgot about that one. And that one. Shut up. That's alright. Because now we officially get to go through Spark Mandrill Syndrome.
Woo!
Good night, honey.
Good night, Marcus' wife.
Oh, I screwed up the timing. There we go. It's funny that he actually coined a phrase that carries over into other video games as well. Just any boss that you can easily defeat with a pattern where you barely have to move is considered Spark Mandrill Syndrome. And I mean, a lot of Mega Man X enemies end up having it, but it does extend outside of Mega Man as well. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head right now, but let's do Launch Octopus. I find Launch easier to beat with the Buster. Yeah, in terms of trying to beat this game quickly, it does change how you play.
Yeah.
What's funny, though, is it doesn't change how I play very much. I'm just a lot more reckless on certain parts. Friggin' fish. No. Okay. I hate it when this thing sucks me towards the spikes. I didn't mean to pause there, but it worked.
I hate when this thing sucks me towards the spikes.
I paused after sucks, not sucks me. Get it right. And down we go. That's not the right thing to say after a sucks me joke. Damn it, Steve! Didn't get it before the turn. That's okay. That's okay. Ow. You know, one thing that took me years to figure out?
What's that?
The little bobble on the forehead of this worm is not its eye. Its eye is actually kind of located on the side of the head, kind of like how a whale's is.
Oh.
I mean, you can see where I thought it was a Cyclops worm for the longest time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I still kind of see it that way. Like, to see the eye as an eye, I have to be staring, like, straight at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Oh, that worked out well. Alright, boss time.
Boss time.
And I really do find launch better with the Buster.
Is this the guy who you can cut off his arms with the cutter power?
Mm-hmm. You can see how he's shooting the fish out of them if you cut them off. No more fish.
Ah.
Also, he doesn't do that spinny little technique thing. No, I don't have the cutter, and I don't have rolling shield either, so I have nothing to help me in this fight. I prefer this one with the Buster. problem with Rolling Shield, even though it's his weakness, it does the most damage to him. His missiles and his fish can cancel the shield out. So if you hit one of the things he's fired, it's useless.
Huh.
So you have to time it very carefully to get past his onslaught. Which is why I usually prefer the Buster, because you don't have to worry about that. If you charge it up enough, it goes through the stuff. Okay, let's do Armored Armadillo.
Let's do Armored Armadillo.
Armored Armadillo.
Armadillo.
Armored Armadillo. Anyway. There's an old meme. Almost got the sick jump done. Hit the friggin' Batonton. Okay, actually,
Batonton?
It's not an actual Batonton. I forget what their names are, but it's the bat. The bat, the bat enemy in the original Mega Man series was known as Batonton.
That is an interesting name.
Wily was an interesting character.
Batonton. It's a weird thing to name your minions.
If it wasn't for the animal theme, Mega Man X would probably still be filled with people with the yeah, I'm tripping over my words. The surname of Man. There we go. I'm surprised we're not fighting Armadillo Man.
Armadillo Man.
Morris flew off again? Should I try for more of his Corvin stash?
Oh, good lord.
Wow. One a night. One a night.
You need to press your luck. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop! Oh. Okay, now if that reference doesn't date me, I don't know what does.
Your wife.
Dude, we haven't been able to afford a date since we got married. That's not entirely true, but still. We've been married longer than the number of times we've dated in the entirety of our relationship. And I should say something considering we're coming up on 9 years.
Take that lady on a date.
Find me the time.
Oh, you can find the time.
I do plan on taking her out for her birthday. So,
Oh, that would be nice.
yeah. 2 days after Christmas. Shocking! Seriously, in my personal playtime, I tried to do a Buster-only run. Armored Armadillo sucks when you don't shock his armor off.
Yeah?
Good lord, I forgot how much more difficult he was. It's like, boss weaknesses exist for a reason. But I did it. Okay, time for Boomer. Boomer Kuwanger. That really weird and unique Japanese beetle that ended up improperly translated.
To Boomer Kuwanger?
The boomer is a reflection of the boomerang power. Kuwanger is apparently some type of Japanese beetle. In the rhinoceros beetle family, I think. Because, I mean, like everyone who's played Mega Man X as much as I have, I've looked this up a time or 6. Because it's obscure enough that you forget it after a while, and you do have to look it up 6 times. Wouldn't be surprised if people are looking it up now.
I'm not.
Failed me.
I have failed you.
Start pulling a TV arrow. You have failed this city.
The whole city?
I would have loved if somebody actually said that on Arrow. It's like, wait, the whole city? You sure about that? Actually, they're doing a crossover event right now of the 4 superhero shows, and it's pretty cool, actually.
What are they?
It's finally Barry Allen and Iris West's wedding. Iris West's Iris. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The Flash is finally getting married. And his wedding gets crashed by Nazis from an alternate Earth dimension. So.
Is Supergirl part of this?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, they started with the Supergirl episode and the Arrow episode last night. And it's the Flash and Legends of Tomorrow episode tonight to finish it out.
Gotcha.
Oh, I have a trick for this. I have a trick for this. Ha! That might have been what would cut up my time off if I was properly tracking time. Because I spent way too long trying to get that heart tank. Actually, no, the way I got that heart tank in my original speed run was I replayed the stage and came back with Boomer's power and just used the boomerang to grab it.
Yeah.
So that was a waste of time. Oh my gosh, I hate this part. Okay. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on time. I only got one Maverick after this. No, don't throw me into the ceiling.
Yeah, you got 29 minutes left. You have to fight them all again before you go fight Sigma?
Yeah, but it's not a teleport room like every other game, and they're just spread out through the Sigma levels.
Gotcha.
Should I get the Hadoken Fireball?
Sure. So that's the one where you just, like, go through the level without getting damaged, and then make that weird jump to the machine?
Yeah, but you have to reload the stage. I think it's 4 or 5 times.
Oh. It's up
So
to you.
I just die, so I end up at the continue point, so it doesn't take as long.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I still gotta go through and do some item collecting if I do that. Shouldn't take too long, so I can just use the exit device. Actually, the longest part of any part of this game is about to come up. And that is earning the armor upgrade. Heart tank. And now for the upgrade. Longest mini-boss ever.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Yep. Who theories think that he's a remnant from Wily's age. Because he looks very similar to something Wily would design.
Yeah, he does.
His torso actually looks like those flying helicopter teeth things.
Yeah.
But yeah. Timeline theorists like to think that this is one of Wily's last machines that has just been around.
And is now working for Sigma.
Or it's just here.
In your way.
Usually.
So what you're saying is you're blowing up an antique.
Yep. X don't give a shit. Anyway,
X gonna give it to you.
I was just thinking that. Oh, I was just thinking that. I was hoping you were going to do that.
You and I are a little too scarily in sync.
There's a reason we call ourselves brothers. Because it's true. Alright, full armor.
Woo!
Let me out. Gotta go fight a chameleon. This will make the second chameleon I've fought tonight. And actually, Sting Chameleon's invisibility effect is something I still don't know how they did. Like, I've seen other games do similar things, and it just... I don't understand how the Super Nintendo pulled it off.
Skills.
Seriously.
Magic.
Bit of both, yeah. Like, I even watched that entire series of, like, Super Nintendo How They Did It stuff that I sent you earlier today.
Yeah, I need to go watch that.
He doesn't have a Mode 7 video up yet. But he's got, like, Mode 0 through 6. Which enlightened me on a lot of different things. It's like, so that's how they did such and such. And,
yeah, I'd be really curious to see.
And, like, there are, like, effect renders and such that they do have the ability to do. Masking effects and all that did, like, the light in Bowser's Castle in the end of Super Mario World was a special render effect for that shape of the light.
Oh.
And, like, the keyholes are a special effect in a similar vein, and it was really neat to see. I need my boomerangs. There we go. About to get Australian up in here. Yeah, I remember how I fight him now. Fire off to the side of the screen and move towards the other way so the arcing path is shallow enough to hit him. Or not shallow, wide enough. There we go. Done. I don't think he even had time to go invisible. Actually, that weird flickering effect that was just happening on the life bars, if you notice that, that was explained in one of the videos that I watched today. Because there can only be so many objects on a single scan line. And when the object priority outweighs the priority of other things that were already there, sometimes they get drawn incomplete.
Interesting.
I think it's like a 34 object limit on a single scan line. So the explosions end up creating enough objects to cause the drawing of the health bars to go wonky. It was really cool to see that.
Yeah.
So, going back and doing some item collecting. I mean, some of the things that old school consoles did to achieve the effects that we took for granted, and definitely take for granted today, just fascinating. It's just, oh, that giant detailed background. You know how they did that? Here's the trick on how they did that. It's just, how on earth did you get a giant background stored into like 6 bytes of data? Just, it really makes me wonder, because keeping things small and compressed was so necessary in the cartridge age. And then nowadays, with like Blu-ray discs and all that crazy amounts of storage we can achieve today, people still like don't consider compression a thing that needs to happen. So you end up getting
that blows my mind.
Even the simplest games end up being like 8-9 gigs, and I'm like, why is this so big? It's a puzzle game. There. Died again. and screwed up the thing I was trying to do.
Majinx wants to know when you're finishing 7 and 8. X7 and X8.
When I hate myself enough. Wish that was the joke.
Just do it!
I honestly have never finished 7. It's the only game in the X series, not counting Command Mission, because that's a spin-off, that I've never finished.
How can you call yourself such a diehard Mega Man fan? I understand you don't like the game, but you gotta finish them all. You gotta power through, man.
You know, Steve, there are sometimes I really hate you. Oh. Is that it? I think that was it. Because I have all 4 E-tanks. Health bar is evenly dispersed in the little box down there. So, yeah, I think I've got everything. There was the kick-ass jump I was trying to do.
Did you manage it?
Yes.
I imagine I'll see it here in a second. Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Just skip that whole segment right there. If that's not a speedrunning trick, I don't know what is. Friggin' Mega Man game with momentum. About 20 minutes to finish off the Sigma stages after doing this. It's doable.
19 minutes to be precise. If you're aiming for... I'm just kidding.
Hey, if I end up doing a sub-hour on a casual speed run, I will try to make it official by doing XSplit next time. Or not X... Is it XSplits? It's something else. Whatever it is that keeps track of, like, game splits.
Yeah.
Rolling shield? Why did I shoot one of those? Duh, because I had one selected, but beside the point. Okay. So that's 2. Got an extra life. Nice. Thank you, bat creature I can't remember the name of. Because I think it's a serial number. Okay, so that's 3. I'm fairly certain I've got everything. Got all the armor? Yeah. If anything, I thought I might have been missing a heart tank at this point, but... There it is. Okay, so I had to die 3 times. I think in the X collection it said 5, but because there was like an actual hint screen you could unlock that tells you how to get it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I have it. And I have the cutest little Hadoken voice ever.
Hadouken. Hadouken.
When I was a kid, I used to think they were saying I'm cooking. I was always wondering, cooking what?
I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
You know, when I finally get around to playing through the Mega Man Zero games, I'm half tempted to get the European releases so there's actual, like, bloodshed. Because that was a detail they removed from the American releases. You would kill robots, and they would spill blood.
Red oil?
Yeah, that's what we'll say. But I mean, canonically speaking, everybody's a robot in that game.
That you know of. Wah, wah.
Okay, there is like one human, and she's integral to the plot.
How did we get down to just one human?
I don't know, man. Dr. Light set in motion a whole shit ton of bad things. Just, hey, I made great robots. Guess what? You've also damned humanity. Ooh, Vile. I keep pressing start thinking there's going to be dialogue too soon. Zero, I'll come to save you. And by save you, I mean get punched a lot. Because it's the same kind of thing from the beginning of the game. You kidding me right now, Vile? Just punch me.
Wait, you have to let him punch you out?
Yeah, it's the same kind as in the beginning of the game. When your health reaches a certain point, he captures you.
Oh.
You cannot beat Vile's mech.
It's kind of dumb.
Which, robot and a robot.
This is a very good point. It's a robot in a robot! Robotception!
Alright, let's see if I can do this. Got him! Friggin' Hadouken. Now, the real trick's whether or not I can do that to Boss Spider. Which means the real trick is entering the boss space with full health. And Zero's dead. Get used to that, Zero. It's gonna happen a time or... How many games have Zero died in? It's more
All
than
of them.
Seriously? Accurate statement is accurate.
Let's make a character who dies and surprisingly gets revived every game!
Let's make him a bad guy maybe once or twice.
Just for giggles.
Seriously. Actually, Zero was created by Wily. Because Wily figured out that Light was working on Mega Man X and decided to do something similar. Wanted to show him up, so he put a virus in him.
Robot on robot action.
So what you're saying is this entire game is more of a courting ritual.
Yes. I can just hear David Attenborough now. See the mating ritual of the North American Reploid.
Gross.
Gross. Disgusting.
These ports aren't compatible with each other. This reminds me of the robosexual episode of Futurama.
Alright,
Okay.
you got 11 minutes. Can you do it?
It's gonna be rough. I mean, I'm already at Boss Spider, so... if I can Hadouken the next few bosses...
Hadouken. Hadouken.
Oh, God!
I take that as a
There
no,
we
that
go.
didn't work.
No, I surprisingly got it. I just had to wait for his second pass, because instead of following the pathway down to start with, he decided to shoot babies. So I had to dodge the babies.
So many babies. 400 babies.
There's the secret. Mega Man X's universe is nothing but one big Power Thirst commercial.
Power thirst. It's like, it's energy for men. It's energy. I haven't watched that in forever.
I go back to that at least once a year, just for shits and giggles. First time I showed it to Kenna, she thought it was the dumbest thing ever. Now she thinks it's hilarious. Because it is the dumbest thing ever, and that's what makes it funny.
It's ridiculously stupid.
Actually, I am going to try and Hadouken Chill Penguin. What's up, Chill? How does a Hadouken fireball get hit by ice and not work?
They cancel each other out. They make steam.
Well, then I guess we'll fight him the old-fashioned way with the fire. Really, a lot of the speedrunning technique is reliant on the Hadouken fireball.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess
'Cause
that
it-
makes sense. Let's clear through this whole section really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it one-shots bosses. Including Sigma's dog and his first form.
You kill Sigma's dog?
Dude, Velgader's a bastard. I don't-
You killed a puppy!
Robot
So-
puppy? That's
You
not Rush?
murdered a poor puppy. I thought we were saving the animals in this run.
Dude, everything I've killed is named after an animal. If you think I'm saving anything, call PETA now. In fact, I think a couple of these robots are based on endangered species.
You're killing endangered... Okay.
God knows what a Kuwanger is. Probably killed the last one.
Look, I'm not looking it up. You asked me to look it up before, so...
Just for that, I'm going to look it up at the end of the stream. Get it recorded for posterity so everyone will know.
How do you spell Kuwanger?
Kuwanger.
The first thing it brings up is Boomer Kuwanger from Mega Man X Wiki Guide.
Which means if you scroll down to the trivia section, you should get your answer.
I know. In actuality, the name seems to be a play on words. Kuwagata is a Japanese word meaning stag beetle. It's feasible that they combined Kuwagata and Boomeranger to come up with Boomer Kuwanger, which then led to confused translators in America. That's their trivia. There you go.
Knowing is half the battle.
Don't you forget it! Oh, come on, you can Hadouken him on one of these passes.
Full health only.
Well, then why'd you shoot him?
My full health only.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Kinda like the Zelda sword thing.
That makes sense. Okay. Excuse me.
But
You got
now
6 minutes.
Yep. I don't think we're going to do 6 minutes because the next stage is even longer and I still got Rangabanga to deal with. Yes, his name is Rangabanga.
You say bang orangutanga? What? Why are you going after monkeys, dude?
Dude, did you see what I do to Spark Mandrill?
Ew! No.
Didn't even let him move. Steve
Oh,
sounds like
gross.
Skeletor. Accurate.
He-Man.
You do that uncomfortably well. Hey, why didn't we realize this back in my animation days?
I've always been able to do the Skeletor voice, or at least a close approximation of it. Not great, but a close approximation. No, this is the
Skeletor's
one where you
voice,
want to
all it
shoot
takes
the
is a
eyes
close
first?
approximation. Yes. If I shoot the
If you
nose and
shoot the nose first, bad things happen.
if I shoot the nose and destroy it, then I'm stuck in that tiny little space fighting the eyeballs.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Of course, you can't see them.
Not easily. They stick out just a little. But I mean, then I'm trying not to die on spikes, so I'm not paying attention to that.
Hey, where's my candy bar? I think I'll eat it now. Sorry, he said Patrick Star. That's
Yep.
the first thing that came to my mind.
Oh, I know. Is it bad that I've had conversations like that with my kids?
Where you interrupt them and do voices, or they interrupt you and do voices?
Neither, where they eat something and forget. I mean, I interrupt them and do voices all the damn time. It's just a thing, but I have actually had the conversation with Lawson that, dude, you ate that already. It's gone.
I want my candy! You ate the candy. There's no candy left.
I'm pretty sure
You
it
don't
was a
have any-
Halloween candy discussion. In your face!
Blow 'em up! Blow 'em up!
Bad puns are bad.
So, if you get here with full health, can you Hadouken his nose?
No, because you have to be able to stand. I think you
So
can
you
do it to
can't
the
do that?
eyeballs if you place it just right. Alright, who's next? This looks like Armadillo. Yep. Hadoukened. Moving on. It sucks as you can't hit him
Nicely
when
done,
he's
sir.
rolling. Yeah. He really is purely invincible when rolling. So you just wait him out. Shoot him in the face. Call it a day. And this is going to be Sting Chameleon. I'm going to have to do this one the normal way because he doesn't come to the ground.
Bummer.
Not very easily. Did you set the difficulty to Wumbo? I really want to replay Battle for Bikini Bottom. The game was fantastic.
I don't know that I ever played that.
That was the one that I showed you, and then you went out and got the SpongeBob movie game that played similarly but was more level-based instead of exploration-based.
I don't know that I remember this.
Yeah, dude. Because I had Battle for Bikini Bottom on GameCube, and then after the movie came out, you bought the movie game. Or rented it or something.
See, I don't think I would buy a movie game. I must have rented it. Was I working at GameStop at the time? I might have borrowed it.
You might have. It was whenever... I mean, it was close to the release of the movie, so I don't remember if you were working at GameStop during that time frame.
You got 1 minute.
1 minute to beat this and Sigma.
Yeah. The stream shuts off in a minute. Less than a minute. What are you gonna do? I'm just kidding.
Okay, if my mouse moves towards the stop streaming button, I'm calling shenanigans and I'm coming to your house and disconnecting everything you own.
He-Man.
Also, if you treat me as He-Man in our relationship, you have very low standards. The only thing I got the power for is eating a burrito.
It takes skills.
Gotta love those burritos. You know, one of the things I've never done is eat at Chipotle.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, probably a good idea not to.
Shares a building with a mattress store.
That's a little weird.
I'm a little worried about cross-contamination. Last thing I need is a mattress fiber in my burrito, or worse, a burrito in my mattress.
Ew.
Honey, when did you have guac? Why did we pay for
Big
guac?
brown spot in the middle of the mattress.
Be more shocked that we paid for the guac.
Did you Hadoken him?
I did.
Excellent. Oh, your time's up. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, well. Okay, the fact that I can get almost through the game in a solid hour.
That's actually really impressive.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I was only casually trying to keep track of my time. Because there were some points where I wasted plenty of it. Okay, I gotta fight you with tornadoes!
Can you Hadoken him?
No, because I came in with one piece of health missing.
Ah!
You know what? Let's cut off his face.
Yeah, do it! Cut his face off!
Oh god, that's
Very
horrifying.
aggressive. That's very aggressive.
Looks like a pig now.
He does look like a pig now. Or like a weird fat bat.
Neither of these are mammoths. Like they're supposed to be. Alright, well. Spend a few minutes here fighting D-Rex now, which is practically impossible to Hadoken. But you have to damage the top piece, and the only way to line up a Hadoken with the top piece is if you're standing on the bottom piece. So it's like near impossible. Not completely impossible, but pretty darn near it.
So I have a pedestal fan across the room from my bed that has a remote control. And
Fancy.
every time I turn it on, my cats get really confused. Because this thing just starts of its own accord across the room. They just walked over to investigate.
I had a dream like that when I was a kid, that a fan could just do that before remote-controlled fans were a thing.
Did it say, play with me?
No, but it looked down at me, and it was when I was young enough to still go into my mom's room and sleep on her side of the bed and the floor when I was scared about things. And the dream was I was next to her bed, and her fan looked down at me, and for some reason I connected that with Darth Vader. I distinctly remember this fan being a facsimile of Darth Vader in my mind.
Darth Vader?
It was a little weird. And then I woke up, went into my mom's room, and laid down under the fan. And then I think she stepped on me that morning. Alright, final stage. Alright, let's see. I have an empty sub-tank. Since we're not really worried about time at this point, I would like a full sub-tank. So we're going to sit here with a shield, killing caterpillars. Ooh, extra life. Another extra life. And another. There we go. Okay.
So you just gave up on the speed run, you're just going to sit here and kill caterpillars as they come out of this hole?
Done. Okay, now the hardest part of this is hitting Velgater with the Hadoken.
Hadouken.
Sigma's a little easier, and then second form Sigma, I have to fight him normally because you can't get a Hadouken that high up to his head.
Bummer.
But I might be able to get Velgotter.
You're gonna kill a
he
purple puppy.
got me before I could get it off. Like, I had my hands back and everything.
Bummer.
Oh well. Velgotter's not too hard on his own. Just gotta watch the movement patterns, which actually this is training for Sigma.
The movement patterns?
Mm-hmm. Because Sigma has very similar movement patterns with the wall bouncing thing. The fire arcing thing I hate. Actually, Velgotter reminds me a lot of Treble from the original series. Okay. I will waste a health tank to
P10.
try and pull this off.
Alright, alright, alright. How many health things do you have?
4.
Not a waste.
Ah! And he hit me.
Did you miss it?
Yeah, he can block him with his lightsaber.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, that's a little weird.
Can block everything with his lightsaber. Pissing me off.
How are you supposed to kill him? If every time he's sitting still, he's blocking.
Yeah. Therein lies the rub. Gotta hit him when he's not sitting still.
So even there, sometimes he's blocking. Is he weak to anything?
No. He's not paying attention to the pattern. If he starts jumping on walls from directly underneath me, and if I drop down before he jumps off from his second jump, then I can just hit him straight. If he jumps to the wall before he dashes to it, I have to change sides.
Yeah.
Things I've figured out over the years. I kind of wish I didn't waste that health tank.
You've got more. You really gonna need that many for the second form?
Dude, everything hits hard. Yeah, I'll fire off in the wrong direction. That makes sense, X. Good job. Okay. Sigma down.
Whoop whoop!
Hi, Draco. What's the baby kitty want? Just sniff things. Please don't snot rocket all over my desk.
Do it! Do it! Do it! Creepy floating head.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get yourself trapped where you can't use your health. Or, like, where you're too low.
Yeah. Draco, now is not a good time to get in front of the TV. Good. Go down there, that's fine. You can sit on my leg, that's fine. There. No! Short of the jump! There we go. And done.
Say, is this the last form then?
Yep.
So you just won?
Yep. Sigma is only weak to pink things. Rolling Shield does 2 damage. The fully charged shot does 2 damage. Or actually, the fully charged shot I think only does 1 damage, and he doesn't get hurt by it.
Monster kill.
Yeah, Rolling Shield just cuts through him. But you have to get as high as possible to launch it, or else you don't hit him.
Yeah. Not too bad, though.
No.
That was an hour and 10 minutes.
which is only just a little bit slower than an actual speed run.
Yeah.
And that's one more game we don't have to play.
Whoop, whoop.
Cut out 2 games in one night. Boom.
So next week is Link to the Past.
Sweet. What? What? You came over here. You get to be in the attention spot now.
In the attention zone.
Yes. This is Draco. This is our little kitty. This is all the bigger she's ever going to get.
Oh my god. She's adorable.
Yep. Named by my sister-in-law, which is why she's named after Draco Malfoy, instead of a name that makes sense. What are you doing? But yeah. She's our little kitty. She'll never get any bigger. She's over a year old already.
Aww.
And she has the short muzzle, which gives her the sneezes sometimes. And that's why we call her Snot Rocket sometimes.
She's a cutie.
Because I think there's only been 3 times when she's sneezed less than 5 times in a row.
So she's a little sneeze factory.
Oh god, it's usually like 20 or 30.
Wow.
She'll just sit there just and we've been told that it could be stress, or it could just be because of the short muzzle thing, and we haven't quite figured out if it's just the way she sneezes or if it actually is like a panic attack thing. So we have tried to cuddle her when it happens, which it doesn't usually fix anything, which is... like,
but it gives you kitty snuggles.
Yeah, there is that, but it also gives you kitty snot.
So, just clean yourself off.
What do you want, Little Butt?
Kitty snuggles are worth it.
Her most common nickname is Little Butt, because she gets into everything. She is a butt. Yes, you are. But anyway.
Well, that was a good stream, sir.
Yeah. Star Fox 2, which is fantastic and very nicely done now that they've released it. Mega Man X, one of my absolute favorite games of all time. So. And then next week, A Link to the Past. So we have a quality Zelda game.
Yes.
Which I realize is redundant.
Yes, then we'll...
Quality Zelda game, yeah. They're all quality.
As opposed to those ones that don't have quality.
Oh, you mean the CDI games? I love this little character roll at the end. But the little enemy list off thing is how I know some of the names of things. Because a lot of those unnamed bosses and mini bosses you don't get a name for unless you pay really close attention to this screen. Ah, Vile. We'll see you in X3. Or we already saw you back in X3. We'll see you again in X8.
Yeah, you're going to start X7 soon, right? That's tomorrow?
Ah, you're funny.
You heard it here first, folks. Mega Man X7, tomorrow!
Right. Now, tomorrow I should be able to properly start Mega Man 9 on the Legacy Collection 2. 9 and 10 are like a dial back to NES hardness. But with like modern design elements to make them hard on top of that.
You know, for giggles.
Yeah. They're just infamously hard. They're like, you know what? The games were pretty hard on NES. Let's just do that again, but worse. Really, they're decent in that sense. It's just you can tell that Mega Man 1 through 6 have a natural hardness to them just because of the way the game is designed. Mega Man 9 and 10 almost feel like it's an artificial hardness to them.
Tomorrow is Superman 64.
No. That is a game that will never grace my stream unless somebody donates a lot of money. And an N64. And the game. That is just... No. God, I played that with my neighbor when I was a kid. That just... And we knew then it was shit. Ugh. I think we spent like 2 hours trying to beat the first ring level.
Oh my gosh.
And we were like, why did we ever play this? And I think we switched over to Blast Core and it got better. You won a temporary victory, X. What you destroyed was only my temporary body. My temporary spirit remains intact. Oh, wait. In time I will find other bodies strong enough to do my temporary bidding, and I will return. I always feel like he uses temporary too many times. He only uses it twice, but it's rapid fire in the way it's written. But anyway, so, yep, that was Mega Man X.
Temporarily see you soon, X. Temporarily very soon.
Yep, and since we played through the X collection already, we already know the other games. So yes, when we go back to Mega Man X, 7 is next, you son of a bitch.
Woo!
I can at least suffer through 9 and 10 before I absolutely have to consider changing back to a different series.
Woo!
And if I feel like delaying any further, I've got Legends, I've got Zero, I've got ZX, I've got...
Oh, come on!
Battle Network. I don't know how long I can delay this. Yes, I do know how long I can delay it, but I don't know how long it'll remain funny.
Take the bullet, man! Just take the bullet!
Shut up, Clank. Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
But we'll see. Let's get through 9 and 10 first and see what happens. So tomorrow will be Mega Man 9. Thursday will be Odyssey for sure. Friday will be up in the air based on how I feel after Mall Santa stuff. And Saturday will be dependent on whether or not I can get at least Steve and maybe some other people together. And worst case, we'll play something else on Saturday. But we're going to try for tabletop, which means we're finally going to play Out of the Woods on this stream.
Out of the woods, out of the woods, out of the woods.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. But I mean, that's minimum 2 players, so if Steve at least makes it, we're good. So, if
I will see what I can do.
Yeah, if anything comes up, let me know and I'll plan accordingly. But yeah, so that's what's coming up, guys. So yeah, Steve, thanks for being here again for commentary, and
yeah,
thanks to everyone who showed up today. And as always, thank you for playing, and I'll see you next game. Bye bye.
Bye.